Hi, everybody. We welcome you into the United Bank Playbook. West Virginia getting set to take on the Cyclones of Iowa State, along with the head coach of the Mountaineers, Bob Huggins. Big 12 Conference home opener. This is a nice stage here, Hugs. You go out on the road, you get the first two. Very rare night game on a Saturday night against an extremely good Iowa State team.
Yeah, it's all out there for us. We just got to go do our job. From everything I understand, we're going to have a good crowd, and hopefully some of the students come back early and fill that bottom section and all the way up to the top, really. And we have a great crowd. I think our guys, especially the way we're playing, I think they feed more off the crowd than what we would if we played a little slower.
Style of play as far as Iowa State goes. They did lose a couple of very, very good players in DeAndre Kane and Melvin Edgem, but they're rolling again. Any significant change or not?
Well, I think still everything goes through George Niang. They needed a basket at the end of the Oklahoma State game, and they spread everybody and gave it to George. And when you're giving it to your center and he's in the middle of the floor dribbling the ball and spinning and doing the things that he does, and he drew a foul and made a free throw, and they end up winning the game. But they've just replaced shooters with shooters, and they make a lot of shots. They make a lot of threes. I think the games that they've lost, they haven't shot the ball very well from three. 0 for 15, I think, to start the game against South Carolina in New York is really the reason that they lost that game.
When you take a look at how teams have handled your press to this point, or at least attempted to bring the ball up the floor, how do you see Iowa State using it? You mentioned Niang. He's got some unusual skills for a big where he can look over the press. How do you see them attacking?
Well, they're probably going to have two up. They're going to have two up and flash a guy from half court like a lot of people do. They try to get the ball back to their point guard like most people do. I'm sure George will be really involved. I think the thing about him is he passes the ball so well. People say he leads the break. He leads the break because he gets his head up and passes the ball forward to people, and that's what I think is so good about him is he can catch the ball and he knows where people are, and he's got a great feel, and he passes the ball extremely well. You kind of feed off of guys who can't pass it, so George will be a guy that we'll have to try to limit his touches as best we possibly can. You
had great success against them, of course, here in last season's game. What's the key here this week?
Well, if we could shoot it the way we shot it last year, that'd sure be a help. We did a pretty good job defensively, I think, on getting to shooters and making them shoot a little quicker than what they wanted to shoot it. But we made shots. We came out and made shots early and made shots often. Staten was terrific in getting the ball to the basket and getting people open, and then the rest of our guys made shots. I think when we had 5 guys on the floor and 4 of them were really making shots, and then we couldn't get anybody to roll the basket, and Kevin Arene went in and did a great job of pick and roll, and I think he ended up with 8 points just on wide open shots at the basket.
Should be quite a matchup. West Virginia and Iowa State. It's the start of a 2-game homestand for the Mountaineers, both against nationally rated teams. Iowa State here on Saturday and then Oklahoma next week. Tip-off this Saturday night comes your way at 8 o'clock. Pregame coverage on the Mountaineers Sports Network begins at 7:30. Along with the head coach of the Mountaineers, I'm Tony Caridian. This has been the United Bank Playbook.